So that's exactly what we're going to do now. I'm going to test my parameter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this one for 600 to maybe 700. What I'm expecting to happen, well, I'm expecting the circle to go from radius 600 to radius 700. If that happens, I'm going to be very happy. So where do you test your families? Right here. Revit user called this one the 4 blue boxes, and it has a name, I think, but yeah, why not? Let's call it the 4 blue boxes. It's right here under the properties. So you hit on it, don't need to select anything or anything, just hit on it. Once you hit on it, it's going to show you all the parameters that are in your family going on. And as you can see, there's only one family, the one we just create, which is called R for radius. Now that's this one I'm going to do. I'm going to change, currently the value assigned to this parameter is 600, as you can see right here. I'm going to change this to 700 and see if the circle goes along. Hit apply, and yes, it was a success. So it means that they are properly associated. So that's good. That's reason to celebrate. Hit 600, hit apply, and it go back to whatever it was before. So I hit OK, and that's it. So we mentioned earlier that we have 3 elements, right? We have in a parameter, right? In a family with parameters, we're going to have 3 elements. We have to have in account 3 elements: reference plane, parameters, and geometry. So we have the reference plane, we have the parameters, and now we're going to go for the geometry. Okay, good. One thing I need is to go to the front view and to get this this line right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go create a reference plane, and I'm gonna pick a line, and I'm gonna stand it here to make sure it goes to the top of it. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Then I'm gonna pick this one right here. Okay. So, good. What I'm going to be doing is this one right here, right? Which is what gives the table the actual size. Then later on we worry about this one right here, the small one. Okay, so let's go for it. This one is going to be a simple extrusion. For that I need to go to the reference level right here. So let me do it. So it's going to be an extrusion. So let's go create. I go extrusion, and I'm going to go pick a line. So I'm going to pick this. Once I pick, very important, I'm going to close this little lock, so my geometry is actually locked with my reference plane. So then it's the height in here. No worry about that. Later on we fix that on the actual front view. So my work is done here. I'm gonna accept and go back into the front elevation, and the top is right here on the floor actually. So it's just gonna align this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over here. You can move it like this, and it's gonna show you the actual lock. And you can move it here. Sometimes it's easier, and it's gonna show you the lock. So let's see. Let me go to the top view. Let me change this also, and let's see. Okay, so let's see now if it works. Let me test this thing. So I'm gonna go back into the 4 blue boxes and I'm gonna change the radius for something else, maybe 800 or something. Now what I'm expected to happen, I'm expected the radius to go to 800, the reference line to go to 800, and the top to go to 800. Let's see if that is that the case. So I'm here, radius, I'm gonna change this for 800, hit apply, and it actually works. The radius went to 800, the reference line goes to 800, the top goes to 800. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's take this back to 600, hit apply, hit OK. Now let's go to the front view, and we see we have a hole in here, right? The table goes in there. So what we need to do in here is I need to know how much is the difference between this and this, right? So how much that can be. Just going to estimate this thing. I'm gonna save this. Please save, okay? Computer. Actually, it's revit. I'll put it here, just for the time being. So I'm just gonna measure this thing, see how it's about 30, right? So it's about 30. So let me see if you understand what is the situation. We have the top and then we have the bottom, right? Now the difference between these two is about 30. Now right here I have a parameter, right? Where is it? Now for this cylinder right here, I definitely can create a parameter, an independent parameter. I definitely can do that. And actually gonna have to do it. Yeah, I was thinking out loud. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna create a parameter for this particular cylinder. Now, but it's not gonna be an independent parameter because the relationship between these two cylinders is always the same. Is the big one minus 30, it gives you the small one. So when I create a parameter for this particular cylinder, when I create a parameter, I'm not going to make it an independent. So in a way that I can make this 600 and I can make this 500 or 400 or anything I want, because it's not how this furniture come. Actually, it's not the point. This furniture doesn't come with this cylinder in 500, 400 or any other thing I can think of. It comes in 600, the big one, and the small one 600 minus 30. So instead of making an independent parameter, I'm going to use a formula, and that's going to be R minus 30. So in a way that when this cylinder change, this follows along. Okay, so this is going to be quite a common occurrence working with furniture, right? Very often, right, because it's a proportion the designers use. Once you change one dimension, the other dimension of the furniture goes along. They don't go independently. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So next thing, I'm gonna create a small circle reference line for the smaller piece of the table. So for that, let me go to the top view, and right here I'm going to create another reference plane. And I'm going to go this time, I'm going to go on offset of 30, I'm going to use the offsets and pick a line, and that's that. Yeah, I can do that, but I don't want to do that. Okay, let me delete this one. I'm gonna do a actual circle. Gonna start a circle right here, and it's gonna be 580, no, 570 actually. There you go, 570. Good. Now, same technique. I'm going to create a parameter. So I'm gonna go radius here, 570. Great. And I'm gonna use the same technique that I used to create this parameter. We're gonna select the dimension and create a parameter. Family, same thing. It's a type parameter. I'm gonna call this R1. Where is R1? Oh, that's gonna be. Hit OK. And now this is R1. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is gonna establish the relationship between this parameter and this one. And I'm gonna do that in the 4 blue boxes. Right here is my R1, and instead of being a value, it's gonna be a formula. And the formula is gonna be R minus 30. Good. So whatever R is, R1 is gonna be minus 30. Hit apply, hit OK. And let's test it. I'm gonna change this to 800, and hopefully the whole geometry go to 800, and this little reference line is gonna go to 800 minus 30. Let me do it here, and I'm gonna change the R to 800. Hit apply, and it actually works. The big one goes to 800, and since the small one is tied to a formula, R, big R if you want, or R minus 30, go to 770. So it works. So cannot be happier. I'm gonna take it back to 600, hit apply, and it actually goes back.